Hey, folks, Automatic here for Automatic Games. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing good. Just playing some Battlestar, so I thought I'd share it. The stream, of course, is not intended for ages 13 or younger. There's links to Discord and PayPal in the description. All that aside, where did we end off? Now, I have done some housekeeping since our last foray, in which I believe Fleet Group Toron was pretty much decimated. And so we've rebuilt that fleet, but we don't quite have an officer for it yet. We don't have any officers from Toron that qualify. And I guess my question is, I wonder if I should just pull one from a different colony and put them there. Ultimately, I know that they'll eventually be replaced by, somebody from Toron. So maybe for now, I'll just leave that as is. Now, I've named the stream Chemical Warfare because that's the next mission that is up. And it is at Erlon. Essentially, the Cylons used chemical weapons against Sagittarion and Erlon. And to be honest, Sagittarion is taking it worse. It's almost like their loyalty is wavering based on, they've always been quite independent, but based on the effectiveness of the Cylon weapons, right? Of course, our most powerful fleet sticks around Sagittarion, not too close for fear of locals. And the fleet that's going to handle this is Fleet Group 70, certainly Fleet Group Erlon. The Coas, I think, was our first frigate. So they have quite a bit of, a fair amount of experience anyways. Not as much as I had thought, to be honest. We did send, by the way, we did unlock a cruiser class design. And these are the Ranger class ships. So we'll bring them up on blueprints. And so, yeah, these will soon become our flagships, just shy of a Battlestar. They're originally a Pycon specialist design. It's more recently become popular throughout the 12 colonies. Well, we have two of them. One with Fleet Group Pycon, because I figured that was appropriate, saying that it's a Pycon specialist design. It's a combination of long-range dominance and skirmish-range turret configuration. Makes it a highly effective all-rounder in any strike group, and the rate at which it can fire missiles or guided ordnance, or otherwise torpedoes. It's got a pretty good firing rate, but it relies heavily on those missiles. So this is the kind of ship that makes me want to bring in a support ship that can provide it extra munitions, like it spends all its rounds, and a support ship will fly Raptors to it, carrying additional ordnance. To that effect, I've got kind of an extra fleet right now, tentatively called Fleet Group 176. And essentially it's a couple escorts and then four of these support ships. The idea is it's essentially going to sail around and drop support ships to the various fleets. It's kind of a longer explanation than I really wanted to give that. Anyways, we will take a look at the mission briefing for Chemical Warfare. We've also got something over in Helios Alpha, but we'll address that after this.
Sir, Information on the chemical attacks are still incoming, but response teams estimate thousands of victims. Reports confirm most are non-fatal, which seems worse, somehow. Kane's agreed to provide an escort for a Pycon Medical Corps attachment out of Helios Alpha. But it's your problem to figure out how to get them there. Her words, not mine. Sagittarian hasn't lifted their border embargo since the attack. At this stage, we've only got permission to take Dr. Cottle and his team to Erelon.
Okay, so no medical teams to Sagittarian because of their embargo. But we can act at Erelon. This will yield us 480 telium, so that's fuel. 800 requisition points, which we could use. That'll go toward essentially acquiring a battle star, or at any rate, some kind of upgrade or better ship. And a PCM blueprint unlocked. So we want to do it. The question is, can Fleet Group Erelon do it? Now, I did add that cruiser, and that's adding some bang to the fleet. They could be taking an additional ship, and the aforementioned supply ships. Let's do that. Let's get that supply fleet. Fleet Group 176 can make itself useful right off the bat. We'll start sending it to meet up with Fleet Group Erelon, where they'll transfer a few ships. We do that, then we make our move. In fact, if they meet them halfway, they can just jump back and do this. Nah, that's too reasonable.
Cylon Escort Group has been detected. Detected a Cylon strike fleet, sir.
Fleet Group 92. Now, this is a group that it existed, but it was docked back at Daedalus Station during the last stream. This is the Caprican fleet, Fleet Group Caprica. So, that said, that colony, Caprica, which in essence is the seat of our government, I believe, it has a defense fleet now, commanded by an officer from Caprica. And we're going to let them auto-resolve this situation. I trust them. My trust was well placed. And we're going to hold off on chemical warfare until that fleet transfer has taken place. Let's look at Fleet Group Caprica, which just saw action and repair. Otherwise, everything's good there. And we'll get this supply fleet moving. They'll make one jump to Erelon. Going to check the officers, see if we have any Tauron candidates to control that fleet. Sagittarian, no. Pycon, Caprica, Erelon. Well, depending on how this mission goes, if the colonel in charge of the Erelon fleet is killed, maybe we'll hire Rhonda. I'll probably take to calling her Lieutenant Colonel Moeller instead of Rhonda, but for now she's Rhonda. Alright, that ought to do it. I also think that we are we're producing some ships. Yet another cruiser, that'll be our third. And one of many light carriers. My only regret about building all these light carriers is they'll be antiquated at some point. Like the frigates, which are serving as flagships, they'll at least... They're something, But the light carriers just get so outclassed by other carriers that you tend to forget about them, or at least I do. It's my story.
A fortified colony is under attack.
Hey, Plaz, how you doing tonight? What fleet is this? Fleet Group Icon. That's pretty much our most potent fleet. I really don't want to have this fight prior to what's going to be happening at Erelon, so we're going to jump away. I hate to do that with one of our strongest fleets, but we'll be back.
A fortified colony is under attack.
And where is this one? Also jump away. We'll deal with it later. We're Colonial Fleet. That's what we do. When danger comes, we get the fuck out of there.
New Berserk has been deployed.
Okay, we'll deal with this situation at Erelon. And essentially, that's going to be transferring a couple ships to the main fleet. I almost think another carrier is fine. What if we just gave them a frigate? In terms of this escort fleet, the frigate is going to be its flagship, but it's an escort fleet. Fly at your own risk. This is a real ship. We'll take it. Possibly. Yeah. Yes, we will. And a support ship would be great. I think. Hell yeah. And we'll have this fleet stay here for now, because I don't want them to get in trouble. So, at this point, I think we're ready to make our move. Fleet Group Erelon now consists of 2 frigates, a cruiser. The cruiser should be the flagship. I wonder if I should change that now. Yeah. I mean, the Coas is a great ship, but it's not a cruiser. So we set that as flagship. So that's supported by 2 frigates, also a light carrier, and 3 corvettes. That's as good as it's going to get here, I think. Oh, and what's this bastard's name? Pretend that I know him. Oh, that's Armando. That is Colonel Reddy. Well, Colonel Reddy, you might make... Nah, you'll still be a colonel even if you go up a level. Alright, that will do.
Cylon's strike group has been detected. Escort group is under attack.
Yeah, jump again. Or fight. Go ahead and fight. Yeah, see, I should have known she could do it. Alright, Colonel, ready? Ready or not, here you go. So we're getting a medical team into the, I guess into the planet's atmosphere is the priority for this fleet. I don't think it'd be a peaceful situation. It's not just an escort. They're only calling us here because there's Cylons here. Okay, so I'm seeing the medical ships. 3 of them that I can't seemingly control, but I know where they're at then. This one, the one to our starboard, is really isolated. So maybe we'll start over there with him. Put our flagship up top with a colonel ready. Both frigates kind of flanking it and below it. See, all these things fire missiles out their sides, so I kind of want to make sure they're staggered. Have them carry the latest, greatest fighters, so that only makes sense. As for the light carrier, I'll put him with the big ships. And supply, well, down there with the carrier, probably. Just try to keep a low profile. Alright, as for the corvettes, we're going to put them out on their own, kind of. They'll just fly in kind of a wolf pack kind of situation. And hell, honestly, I guess they could... Either they're going to charge in or they're going to fly with these two civilian ships. Because these particular civilian ships really... they don't have any armor, obviously. But I would hazard to guess they're weaker
Fleet
than
group is
freighter.
jumping in 3, 2, 1. Multiple Dratus contacts bearing 014, Karam 002.
I presume this won't inconvenience your big warships too much?
Don't worry, Doc. We'll get you over into Aerolon airspace as soon as your FTL drives are recharged.
That's not what concerns me.
What concerns him? I don't recall. Either way, we're going to have him turn toward the fleet, obviously.
Yes, Commander.
Try to get back there near the supply ship and the carrier. I guess they're going to do the same thing. Huh. This one might act on his own.
On it, Commander.
Call him brave or stupid or delinquent, but he's got some big rocks he can hide behind. And I'd rather a rock take a enemy torpedo as opposed to one of my ships. So yeah, shit, dude. Put the rock between you and them, and we'll see how you fare. As for the corvettes, they gotta hit this formation, so definitely not the center. We'll try to skim over the one on the left. And yeah, let's get thrusters going like, almost like you're in a hurry.
On it, Commander.
Something like that. Okay. That'll do for now. No, it won't. Don't be silly. Don't be hasty.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, let's launch fighters.
Understood.
Okay, civilian ships are, but I mean, that one's getting damn close to the fleet. This one's kind of out there. Maybe shouldn't. The one-handed, I'm sure he'd want to angle away. On the other hand, that doesn't really put him on a course for my ships. Yeah, oh well. You might as well be speeding.
So say we all.
Right? Hey, Rob, how you doing? Says, alright, Nuggets, remember your training and you will survive. Not sure what we're up against here yet. Don't mean to totally break any immersion. Not that this game's so totally immersive, but I don't think this is a bunch of Corvettes or destroyers. I think just because this is a story mission, right? I think there's a big ship or two. And so at some point, I should break off. Pick a direction. Let's turn to the port. I guess.
Yes, sir.
Let's get you to put your defenses up. Emergency crews
All
on
hands
standby.
on deck. On it, Commander.
And a little supply ship. You're gonna end up hitting somebody if I keep putting you in the middle of the fleet. As for these fighters, oh, well, what can they do? Let's start with splitting them up. Just send them
Squadron
after the
target is
flanks.
confirmed.
They can start IDing this stuff. Don't know about the left flank, honestly, because those Corvettes will be on those targets soon enough. Maybe there and one in reserve. Actually, what am I doing? Okay, we'll peel one of you off to defend this civilian ship. Keep one of you on defense. The other one checks out the right. And we see what happens. I think we are good to go. Start your turn.
Escort priority 1 still online.
Well, something's putting out a lot of fire. That would be this little mystery right there. This is definitely a carrier. And I hazard to guess it's a light carrier. It just launched fighters. So that said, let's get our reserve fighter squadron out there with a specific aim to take that squadron out. Here comes another squadron from the right flank, so they've got carriers on their flanks. Hit
Squadron
that
target is
squadron.
confirmed.
Only downside is they're entering into this dogfight like within range of the bigger ships. These guys seem to want to lose formation right now.
On it, Commander.
I don't think anything's in the gun ranges. We still haven't technically ID'd any of these things. So therefore I can't fire guided ordnance. Not yet. And this creative captain is just gonna kinda dawdle. And we'll see, you know, his crew is probably like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? Just do what the Navy says. And he's like, no, that's what they expect. I got you.
Yes, sir.
I'm kind of rooting for the guy over the other two ships at this point, though. Well, find out what that is, please. Because we are taking fire over here. I don't know if nobody's getting hit yet, but that... Yeah, in fact, we'll slow this guy down and get into a defensive posture.
Action stations.
Alright, I think that'll do it. Here goes nothing.
Hostile unit identified.
Well, I think we've ID'd some ships. This closest one is a problem. He can fire guided ordnance, and that would play hell on those civilians. It would just be a hard thing to try to stop. If he fired at this guy, at least the fighters would try to intercept the ordnance. But he's got to go. These are essentially, at this point in the story, these are flagships. Revenant gunships. And like their name suggests, they don't fire missiles, but what they lack for missiles, they make up for with guns. And their broadsides are especially hazardous. This is a light lunch with a side of chips. It's a light carrier. And that's what we've got. So I think first and foremost, the main fleet needs to destroy this. Just based on its ordnance, what we know its capabilities are, it's got to go. Unfortunately, it's not the biggest, baddest ship we're seeing. But I do sincerely believe it's got to go quick. And it's going to fly under that, so we'll fire guided missiles.
Missiles on their way.
With that only. I don't want to fire them from this because I'm afraid from the main ship. Because it stands a good chance of hitting that ship. So I've got to do something about my formation. Or choose a target that's a little further off. That's what we'll do. That's not it. I guess start tearing into the one of their what are they? Revenants? Yeah. And that one.
Action stations
Set the
ready.
ship to condition 1 and put your turrets. Put your turrets on that, however. Put your turrets. Alright. This guy's gonna get a little further ahead so he can be clear to fire.
So say we
as
all.
well. Civilian transport's just catching up. This one needs to start turning around, I suppose.
Understood.
So we can fall in with the fleet. And you can actually defend something from the main fleet. Might be a little more helpful that way. And you can show your passengers what a badass you are. And you should have been in the Navy, but it was the addictions. Okay, the Jaguar is getting hacked. He's trying to resist that. I think he should go ahead and fire missiles now. Don't know if that's the appropriate target. In fact, he's got a good angle to fire at that guy. The other two can fire at the light launch over here. Condition 1. Fire the missiles. I think that's good. We could focus cannons too, I suppose. I'm sure you're already shooting at them, but that'll increase the rate of fire, I think. Marginally. But hey, every little bit helps. Alright, I think that's a that. Okay, good. He's about done. Elsewhere, nothing to get excited about. These boys have spent their missiles and they're beyond their target. So they will all pick up speed. Get out of the way of those Revenant guns. But no doubt they'll swoop around.
On it, Commander.
They'll come back, especially once they're primed to fire again. In the meantime, the main fleet needs to take essentially all the heat. Our supply ship is getting hit. Occasionally it appears. These guys are all going to start to break off a bit. Because those enemy warships are getting close. The Revenants, that is. Okay, we will keep the light carrier firing at... I'm sure he is already. Yeah, you want to destroy that. You can switch your attack. He needs to turn around soon is what he needs to do. But that'll be the case for the whole fleet, I have no doubt. Actually, no, I mean, he needs to start making a move to turn out of this formation.
Yes, sir.
This guy still can't fire. Yeah. Our preliminary space voyage to Mars. The big ship is the Ranger. I've got 2 of these out. This is the first action one seeing. We loaned one to the Aerolon fleet specifically for this mission, and I guess it's a PyCon design, so I gave Fleet Group PyCon one as well, which is fitting. That's in the last stream. I don't recall her name offhand, but that's the female officer that was essentially rescuing ship after ship out in Helios Alpha. So it's almost like they gave her a reward for it. And then we've got a third one that is awful adorable. It's trained, and it's just looking for a home. But none of my fleets are worthy. No, actually, the Sagittarian fleet could probably take it. All right, I think that's all we got for now. Yep, here goes.
Adamant is taking damage.
Yeah, it is. Adamant's taking a lot of damage.
Friendly unit is down.
Ooh.
Additional Dratus contacts, sir. Bearing on the transports.
Well, I hope that wasn't the Coas. That was the Coas. That was the Coas. Well, just before this battle started, I took the manual step, I guess I did it on stream, yeah, of designating the Carwendel the new flagship. And so as a consequence, the Colonel moved up to the new flagship. Otherwise, he would have been on the Coas, which, again, is, I believe, the first frigate that we used in combat. So she's got a storied history, And there she goes. She done now. So I wonder who they're targeting next. It looks like the car window, and that would make sense. We need some oh shit. The hell is this? That's right. People just jumped in, didn't they? I was too caught up with the destruction of my ship. There's another Drata signal. Hopefully it's Colonial. I'm just kidding. I know it's not. Whatever it is, it needs to be dealt with. I mean, this guy just popped in our way like a county sheriff. He is really just trying to run us off the space. Oh, we can't have that.
Commander.
And moreover, the Kilguaik. I don't know how the hell to say that name. It has to get into this fight, to be honest.
Missile tubes prepped.
So let's do that. Put that thing down. And the flagship will put its turrets on that, but it's got missiles ready again, and we need a little old-fashioned revenge. I believe against this Revenant.
Missile tubes prepped.
For killing what was, as of a day ago, our flagship. I like to think the Colonel took his entire staff with him to the new ship, you know. Mary Ellen and Keith, and definitely Howard. Not Roy. I'm actually kind of hoping he left Roy behind. Yeah, fuck Roy. Sorry, I don't know. I believe this support ship can do something. They can deploy plating. And they're going to do that on the right side of the flagship. So essentially get to patching that stuff up and adding a little more plating as well. And then we got to turn the fleet. If we take any lesson from the destruction of the Coas there, we need to turn our unbaked side to them. Civilians, go ahead and panic now. You just saw a Navy ship blow up. Yeah, just freak the fuck out and head hard to port. Supply ship, you're not so much in it. And fighter squadron, oh my, what's happening with those civilian ships? Go protect them. This guy's awful close to enemy whatever. Corvette, I guess. I keep calling them destroyers, but alright. Let's get to our Corvettes and have them spin around. It's kind of early yet, though. They still have a couple rounds, so they've got ordnance again. And yeah, this one's not even out of range.
Yes, Commander.
So scratch that. Keep flying for just one more round, and then you all come about.
Yes, Commander. On it, Commander.
That'll do. That is disappointing. I was thinking Musk would launch Bezos as a scout. Actually, yeah, good call. Shit, are both squadrons still tied up? Yeah, unfortunately, those are rough. because I'd have to pull them away from a dogfight, which is suicide. But yeah, the only one we have is going to try to defend the civilians from missiles. Now that's only 2 more rounds. I do think, though, and this guy should be turning as well. I do think the main fleet's going to lay waste to this. At least it had better.
Manticore is taking damage. Ranger is taking damage. Missiles incoming!
Wow. They laid into one of these ships. Oh, yeah. The flagship's taking a beating. It needs to complete its turn, so it's showing them its left side.
Sir.
It also needs to get into, emergency cruise, please. And start repairing the armory. He's about to get hit, but those are torpedoes. That's a plus. Just speed up and get the hell out of there. I'm surprised they're aiming at our supply ship instead of the civilians. I mean, I guess it's preferable. How about you? Is he able to hit you? He's not, is he? Clever, clever. Alright, turn our corvettes around, I suppose. They'll be reloaded in 1 round.
Yes, sir.
Jeez. This ain't good. Can't fire yet. They can't fire yet. That is true. Military land's better to lose an oiler than to lose a cruise ship. That's a fair point. Yeah, speaking of which, I want to keep that in frame, so here we go.
Missiles incoming!
Oh!
Ranger is taking damage.
That was more of them than I expected. Alright, that enemy ship lost it. And now our main fleet can...
unit is hostile.
Ouch. I suppose reprioritize this. Yeah, this is not good. So, I mean, honestly, our left side is worse than our right side now. This is not good at all. Yeah, I mean, they're cutting through our armor. About the only thing I can do is try to get above them and face directly toward them. That's insane, but that's exactly what I guess I need to be doing. But having these 2 Revenant, one right next to the other, this is bad. There is no speeding up and getting out of here. The civilians are going to do that this round. But I do think we run a serious risk of the... I don't know what to call him. He's a colonel, but... maybe like Brigadier Fleet Admiral? I mean... because that's not his rank, but it's definitely what he's doing. These smaller ships need to get out there and take more of the fire. It's desperate times, ships. Just lay into them.
Missile tubes prepped.
Speaking of smaller ships,
Yes, Commander.
and go ahead and start firing. I know this isn't the usual deal, but and preferably, yeah, at the big ones.
Action stations ready. Yes, Commander.
You fire without hitting your own ships, I think so. I hate to lose another flagship. You know, like, am I going to basically average one flagship a stream? This guy's comfortable where he is.
Yes, sir.
And they are out of here. Not good. Oh, I see why the right side's in the green, because the supply ship has been repairing it. Cancel that and do the other side. Yeah, do the port side. No, not of your own ship. Oh, you have to cancel that first? I can't. Alright, deploy plating. On that, on the left side.
Launching drones.
Alright, here goes.
Ranger is taking damage.
I know.
Commander, transports 2 and 3 have jumped to PyCon.
Good.
Cottle's transport hasn't jumped.
Tell your commander
Bad.
my ship is ready to be escorted to Sagittarion.
You know we can't take you there. The
That's a
Sagittarian
great
border
camera
embargo
angle.
is still in place. The whole planet is off limits to Colonial Fleet.
You have your duty, and I have mine. You can let yours get in the way of helping innocent victims, children, goddammit, or you can take me to Sagittarion and let me do my job.
Even if Kane agrees, we have to clear the Cylons first. If they see us jump now with Cottle, they're going to realize we're taking him to Sagittarion.
I would rather jump away right now. She would rather stick around and... I don't even think fight plays into it. Die? We keep facing them. We, in fact, drop to their elevation. This is really not good. And that thing isn't going anywhere. Not yet. And if you're in defensive, going offensive. That goes for both smaller ships. Then you got this guy. Nobody's even paying attention to him because we're too worried about these big ships. Yeah, the fighter squadrons have defaulted to attacking the Revenants. Did somebody not fire over here? No, they all fired, okay. Yeah, we run a real risk of... So I can't retreat, is that right? Yeah. We run a real risk of losing the fleet, to be honest. Flagship's about done. Oh dear. This guy's left side is all torn up. He needs to come about. That'll be putting me right under him. Top armor is okay, though. As long as you just keep firing at that thing. And go ahead and go into defensive mode, I guess. As for the doctor, keep running, you lucky bastard. Shit. So there we go, the first ranger that we've used in combat just got destroyed. Our old flagship and our new one. I suppose these boys can hurry up now. Put a fire under it. You should have never left. I take all that back. Should have been there to at least draw fire. To the, what would be next? The Kilgluak be next in line. Or what is it? Kigluake? Kigluaik. Kidluake? Kigluake? I'd like to be able to say its name. But hey, he was third. He's essentially the Speaker of the House. Nobody expected it to be the flagship. We weren't thinking in terms of names. Ouch. I think this ship can actually slow down and start putting fire on that carrier beneath it. Forget posture, just fire. Those two should keep boosters on just to get up there and start drawing some fire. This ship, well, turn to port, dive a little bit. That's all I got for you. Shit. Since we're about to lose the third flagship, the temporary one, go ahead. And yeah, this guy. Totally keep neglecting him. But I feel like he's... I want to say he's not as much of a problem, but... The Killer K. The Killer K. Let's go with that.
Nothing but surrender.
Not good. Something just blew up. Oh my. It was the Revenant. It was the Revenant. Alright, quickly transfer and get your fire over onto that stupid ass Corvette. This thing is in such bad shape. Engineering is down. That's means this is going to be slow. At least the guns still work. If the guns still work, use them. Go from your attack posture to defensive, of course. You can keep your attack posture. Where's that little ship? Oh, that's right, he jumped away. He just hid behind the rock and then jumped away. It's Coddle that's sticking around, because he wants us to take him to Sagittarion. Alright. All of these will start ganging up on the remaining ships. Alright, here goes. At least that thing's not facing us. Yeah, I think that's outgoing fire toward it. Because I think all of its guns are forward. I don't rightly recall, but I'm pretty sure they are. It does not spare us from this thing's guns. Well, actually, their fire control system is almost offline. So scratch that. Their guns aren't going to be doing a whole lot to us. That is what it is. I mean, it's a crippled ship. However, as long as those guns keep working, because we've lost navigation, engineering, and our hangar base wrecked. What's interesting is, oh no, we got a carrier too. Okay, and that is that. Coddle and the supply ship are still running off on their own. If a Cylon were to jump in on them, let's just, I've got fingers crossed that that's not going to happen. I'm hoping all the reinforcements they have nearby jumped in already. Well, they're ganging up on him. I think that'll do. Especially keen about watching this, considering what bad shape the Killer K is in. Okay, so what's left on the grid? One more carrier. Go get it. And don't be conservative about it. Be very liberal in your distribution of ordnance. In fact, can he fire? Then do it. Forget defensive posture for a minute. Your weapons are online, so. Let loose a salvo. Fighters. Go after him. I think this one's gonna belong to the Corvettes, though. Hopefully they make it. The Jaguar. Asteria. And what's this one? Tartarus. Okay, and the carrier will thrust and try to get over there to at least get some scraps off the table. Start turning the big K that way. Death stroke, please. And as long as there's no collision issues, and I don't think there are, let's do it.
Sir, contact zone is clear. Can also confirm PyCon medical teams 2 and 3 have hit dirt.
Inform Lieutenant Cottle that I won't break Sagittaron's embargo for his personal crusade. And Commander, that is the last time I'll hear you taking orders from an inferior officer.
Government overthrown by a Caprican-backed coup. Their military forced to fight enemies they didn't make. Oh, I can't imagine why they don't leave the welcome mat out for colonial fleet.
About that, I think I have an idea.
Ouch. Hey, Japek, how you doing? Good to see you, my friend. Are we winning? Well, we're fighting Cylon, so no, we're not winning. We're losing. You know how it goes. But much like XCOM, can you lose gracefully? You know. No, I guess even in XCOM, you do pull out a win, which is the end game here, but you know how it goes. That's run, fight occasionally. So Colonel Reddy is not going to get his promotion. He's going to get a casket. And we lost. Huh. We lost that new Ranger class, our flagship of this fleet, and the Coas, the first frigate we ever launched. Good stuff. I'm going to replay that real quick while I get a little tobacco. Enjoy the destruction.
Escort priority 1 still online.
Ouch. Okay. So, yeah, I guess we need an officer from Airlon to replace him. And we gotta do something about his wounded fleet. How are your fires treating you? My fires? Or is that directed at Plaz? Killer K did survive by the skin of its teeth. The one thing it had going for it was its guns never went offline. Everything, damn near everything else important did. So it was just floating there, but it still managed to put down that Nemesis class. Let's see about officers. Is that gal from, no, she's gone, isn't she? So we got Pycon, Sagittarion, or Canceron. Well, then we wait. There's really not much of a fleet up there. Though I suppose it'll stay there and undergo repairs. So it still has the K. Oh, there's the Kern. Yeah. So it's got the Kern in support. Actually, the Kern did pretty damn good throughout that. I think it flew under the radar, which was the biggest thing, but it says right there that it has destroyed a Revenant class, so that had to have happened just now. 2 confirmed kills. 2 confirmed kills for the new temporary flagship. Well, that's the highest any ship in that fleet's got. The Asteria and the Jaguar have only destroyed 1 ship. I say only, but hey. That works. Destroy a ship. That's a good deal. The supply fleet. I forgot about them. They could hand over more ships right now. Yeah, they have... They'll send over the Aphrodite. Or the Mauna Loa. Yeah, Aphrodite will stay with the supply ships. And frankly, they'll jump out of there. I think some fleets over... No. Fleets in Helios Beta need supply ships. Most likely, desperately. Yeah. That's the dangerous part of their journey, I guess. Everything else is fine. I do want to see what this other mission is, I suppose. Demolition crew.
Tauron armed forces have tried to run a sabotage op without coordinating with us first. From what I can gather, everything about it has gone sideways. We don't know how many of their objectives they've successfully hit, but the saboteur team needs extraction support immediately.
Escort the freighter and destroy remaining refineries. That's what that boils down to. I've certainly got fleets in the area that can do that. Yeah, Alpha seems to really be the whatever. You know what I'm saying? The epicenter of it. Yeah, we got single fleets in all the other systems. Some of which need to be bullied out right away, but then again, that almost takes precedence. Where is the Pycon fleet? I know they jumped away from Pycon. Oh yeah, they got a repair. Does any other fleet need repair? Yes, they do. Okay. So yeah. The Trebuchet is the flagship. It's a frigate. Huh, she is choosing not to use the cruiser as her flagship. Maybe she heard about the battle on Airlon. Or near Airlon. Decided, oh no, cruiser's a big target. She's got a weird fleet, but oh well. It's heavy on the Corvettes. But you know, we're gonna do it. She'll jump over there. Story missions can wait until another stream. I just kind of want to do one per stream and start with it, if that makes sense. No, Ohio's not on fire. Not as bad as Oregon fires, though. I think that's all we'll go with. Fleet Group Sagittarian, though. Considering the next mission almost looks like it's there. Oh, it is there. Yeah, they could trade something out for, because, I mean, this fleet has seen some of the... What is its officer's rank? He's a commander. Wow, okay. Commander Murray. He could take a bigger ship. Yeah, I'm sure he'd give away something for it. So, we will have this new... The Astraeus? Oh, it doesn't matter. Just make it jump. Yeah, jump to Sagittarian and switch out with one of those puny ships. And I think that ought to do it.
Cylon's strike group has been detected.
Okay, so this is Demolition Crew. Right, so that's not story. That's the one I see. The Fleet Group Pycon is handling. Fair enough. Let's do that. I'm going to step away and use the ship's head real quick. Forget about it. Forget about it. apologies, as you were. Alrighty, Plaz. Take care of yourself. Thanks for being here. Much appreciated. Okay, so... let's see, Commander Hardy. God, I know I gotta destroy these oil refineries, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Cylon ships. 7 Cylon ships. Okay. Well, here's the thing. I almost thought about having my Corvettes break off and hit that refinery and, kind of make a wide swath. In fact, that frigate is over there. So we better move over there anyways. Then hell, the whole fleet can hit that. Because maybe another lesson she can take from the battle at Erelon is that Colonel Reddy divided his forces. Which I wouldn't say is always bad, but it just didn't pan out there. I say he, it was me, right? But in a roleplay sense, he sent his Corvettes out to operate independently. Although, I think if they had stayed in the fight, they would have been destroyed, rather than dipping in and out of the fight. Everything looks good missile-wise. In terms of fighters, I think it's good. Yeah, Viper Mark IIs. We have 2 squadrons of those. It's not a lot. Like I said, she's got a weird fleet. It's very, it's Corvette heavy. She's got 1 more Corvette than most fleets. Everything can fire missiles except for the Animite, which is a light carrier.
Fleet group is jumping in 3, 2, 1.
It's cold outside.
Dratus contact. The distress beacon is active and some of their objectives are still on the board. Let's clean up their mess, Commander.
And Odd, how you doing tonight? Good to see you, man. Alrighty, Rob. Thanks for being here. Going camping, nice. Enjoy. I do hope find fair weather. Absolutely.
Yes, Commander.
Nobody like camping in the rain. Okay, let's go ahead and launch all fighters.
Launching alert
all
Vipers.
2 squadrons, really. Get the civilian angling that away. I wonder, I'm almost thinking maneuver the fleet over there and just have them use their guns.
On it,
Meanwhile,
Commander.
we have the fighters. Move ahead.
Yes, Commander.
Does that mean I send the Corvettes ahead with the fighters? Negative. Corvettes will stay with the fleet, for now. We'll just...
Yes, Commander.
Either that... oh boy. Either that or the Corvettes go out ahead and the fighters just fly defense. And then... in the event of them firing missiles. It might be what we do. I hate to repeat the
On it, Commander.
mistakes of the last battle.
So say we all.
But I don't know that this is a mistake yet.
Yes, sir.
rather than engage the enemy directly, they're gonna kind of fly like this. Unless they're identified by enemy fighters, then they'll probably swoop in on whoever's on the enemy right flank. And that'll do. We got squadrons out.
Squadron
We'll send
target is
one
confirmed.
there. And both of them will hit the same flank, just so they have some proximity to each other. Actually, no.
Yes, sir.
Scratch that. One fighter squadron should defend. And at this point, we'll just have him defend one of the corvettes. He'll double back if he needs to defend something else. They'll pick up speed.
Yes, Commander.
The main fleet will open up on this if they can. You'll fly right over us. What's that? Oh, another another oil rig, I guess. Tilium rig, I guess I would call it. Here goes. Yeah, the fleet's in range. Now, fighters launched from 4 of them, so there's 4 carriers. Here we go. Flying in above a Nemesis class is
Action stations ready.
what you want to be doing with these corvettes. Nemesis can't fire up. Corvettes can only fire down when facing their enemy. Or at least that's where their primary gun is. You know what? We'll even add a few missiles.
Missile
just
tubes
for
prepped.
effect. It's just for effect. And maybe just from that one Corvette. Get into an offensive posture.
Understood.
Rinse and repeat.
Firing solutions updated.
Hey, Phoenix, how are you? Oh, kids come home Friday afternoon, then I head back for some grown-up time. Nice. You deserve some downtime, man. Have I played this game before? I can't tell. Yeah, I've played this off and on for years. Now I'm on again, I guess. It's not, it's strategy, so. Denise, I think you have. We used to do it so, like, people would join and command individual ships, and we'd have to, like,
Understood.
wait for the YouTube stream to catch up, and it was interesting, but we pulled it off. You might have been there a few of those times. Let's see. I think that's it, except maybe we'll turn the freighter around so it's kind of close to our capital ships. Got both fighters going in. That's good. In fact, I would suggest they run defense now, like both of them. shoot down incoming missiles, although if this, for instance, if this Nemesis were to fire missiles at us, it's not very far for the missiles to travel. Let's find out if he does. We're gonna do that to him.
IFF confirms unit is hostile.
Yeah, of course he did.
Missiles incoming!
It got my attention over on the right. That was the facility that we blew up. I just thought, oh damn, that's an explosion from the general direction of our capital ships. I was a little worried there for a second. We did take out that. And they've got quite a few of them. Apparently. One off in the distance fired torpedoes, which is
So say we all.
fine. They're missing, I believe. Turn the focus of our guns on this other one. Actually, this ship, the Amargosa, it looks like it's about to get hit. How fast can it climb? Or should it climb? Yeah. It's as good as diving, I guess. And let's go forward, too. We don't dodge them one way, maybe we'll dodge them the other. And, man, okay. A war driver squadron. I don't know if I've seen those yet. In this playthrough. Okay, so we need to put that down. I know the fighters are busy destroying missiles, but they're not going to be able to do much more.
Squadron target is confirmed.
Hit that war driver squadron. I don't like the sound of its name. Alright, that's all we're doing with those. And I think we can start firing missiles, except that these war driver squadrons, this bubble surrounding them, is a jamming device. And I believe, just judging from the name, that fucks up our ordnance. So, I almost hate to say it, but I should hold missiles for now. If I fire them at all, fire them like through the gap between those two fighters. And besides, he can't fire them really up. No. We'll just keep on keeping on. We'll see what happens. The blonde moment. No. I hit my head the other night, so things are a bit jumbled. Ouch. Sorry to hear that. Got in a fist fight at Starbucks. In the end, Phoenix knocked out 2 chicks and a guy. Was there a finish him animation? Finish him. I heard it was 2 guys, but one was in skinny jeans, so maybe your way is more accurate. Brutal. Alright, here we go. I'm particularly curious if the Amargosa is gonna get hit by, like, most of these. Most of them. Alright, this is the Sipahi, I guess. It needs to go into a defensive posture. It also ought to just take its fire control offline, because they're trying to hack into it.
System repairs underway.
So it's going to stop firing for now. Though I think the Corvettes are screwing up that little Nemesis ship. And honestly, he is going to risk firing missiles. I don't know if it'll work or not. I kind of am skeptical, but there's only one way to find out. And honestly, get both fighter squadrons on that war driver squadron. Double team them, if you will. Yeah, then I'll just be more apt to fire missiles. And civilian, don't.
So say we all.
Don't go too far away. Yeah, you're gonna want to catch up with the big ships, I think. In fact, we'll slow them down.
So say we all.
They want to fire missiles, but that's just not happening yet. Heavy Raider Squadron. We will open up on that with our guns. That'll work. Here goes.
IFF confirms unit is hostile.
Well, good. We're kind of playing hell on their fleet, I think. We've identified a few more. Most of them appear to be light carriers. We're going to focus on the ones that can fire missiles, as we've been doing. And I believe there's only one of those left. I'm going to do something I don't often do, and that's check the map. Yeah, because that was a light carrier, I think. Okay. So that's good, I guess. I should check to see what condition the Corvettes are in. That's the one with its fire control offline. This one's starting to show signs of damage. He's going to switch to defensive. Truly, they need to get out of here, but before they do, I want to destroy that. If that can be accomplished, this will be a lot smoother. And you know, I don't see the Revenants playing, or not Revenants, whatever they are. War drivers, is that what they call them? I don't see their bubbles anymore. The bubbles that would indicate that they're trying to jam. Therefore, I could probably throw a few missiles at that. And yes, I can with him too. And so hopefully that'll do it. Like the very next round, we get out of there. With the Corvettes anyways. They retreat towards the main fleet. And then supposedly we'll just have carriers to destroy. Unless any enemies decide to jump in. Did we destroy that war driver squadron? Or the heavy raiders? Yep. Okay. That will do. It was supposed to be a secret since those other two guys wearing scars were filming on their phones and the cops showed up. Couldn't stay secret for long, I reckon. I like that gun rhythm. There we go. Nothing as exciting as all that. I fell down the stairs and busted my back and head pretty bad. Yeah, that's no good. I hate to hear that. She slipped on the guy's mocha and she knocked out. That's why she fell down the stairs. She took down a third culprit at that moment. We'll keep it going, dear. I'm going with an entity pulled our invisible rug from underneath me, then laughed as my head and back hit the step on the way down. Eeh. Back on harder than the head, but did have to crawl back to bed. Back pain can be ridiculous. I've had my share of back pain. No fun.
Manticore is taking
Gotta
damage.
get out of here. Yeah, we are just... This particular Manticore, the Amargosa. Yeah, you gotta do something. You're already in defensive mode. And that's good. That's great. It's a great start. But what about just full panic mode and you run and you turn your... God, he's fucked either way. There's no armor on his right or left side. So I guess it's turning his rear to them. And these guys kind of getting more obnoxiously close. Honestly, they all gotta get out of here. But maybe the other ship's not quite as far to try to take some of the fire. Yeah, like that one's
Yes, sir.
in good shape. This one's in great shape, so he'll actually head forward, maybe a slight curve. And he'll try to exact the finishing blow on this guy. Any of them have missiles at the ready? He does, but his fire control's offline, but we'll fix that. I mean, especially since he's in such a perilous situation. Might as well fire them. So I want to... Is that the right one? Yeah, I want to keep an eye on the Amargosa.
So say we
I
all.
keep forgetting we're here to defend a freighter. He's really got to catch up. We will fire ordnance from our main fleet now that I'm pretty sure the war drivers are no longer a concern.
Yes, Commander.
We'll go for this isolated target. I don't want to fire into that mix for fear of hitting my own ships, of course.
Action stations.
Okay, I want to look particularly at the Amargosa to see if we're about to lose it. Here goes.
Manticore is taking damage.
I'll make that turn. Oh, that was close. Those torpedoes.
Fighter squadron is taking fire.
Hell yeah. Yep, just go. Thrusters on. And speed. That's what he wants. It's better to climb or dive. Dive, it appears. And yeah, these guys
On
are
it,
withdrawing too, but it's not as desperate for them. Yeah. Actually, he'll kick his thrusters on and try to catch up. It's probably going to take a lot of heat on the way out, but I think we're in good shape, to be honest.
Manticore is taking damage.
They are still firing at the Amargosa. They can't get enough of it. Now she's about out of range, though. It's like ineffective fire. They're still trying. Something jumped. Oh, good. Good. That was the freighter that I keep forgetting about. It's gone now. It got away. We did it. Don't think he got hurt in a serious way. That's good. Indeed, it is a buzzkill. It will do one in. I never knew you used your back for damn near everything. Yeah. If I sneeze 3 times and thought you're gonna die. Yes. Yeah. You're very... Yep. TC used to play this, yeah. We all did. The TC days. I still find it interesting that combat happens on a flat plane in this game. Yeah, I do wish you could rotate the ships. Like, even if for the sake of gameplay you just kept the camera oriented as is, that's fine, but rotating ships would be kind of nice. So yeah, they're all in flight. That's good. They'll all hit their thrusters. I think ultimately what they're going to do is, they are going to go after the refineries now. They went in, they honestly really effed up the enemy, oh, what do they call it? The Nemesis class ships. Took out every one of them and then got out of there. That's good stuff. And the Amargosa is lucky. So we're gonna have the main fleet start taking up the sword now. I think what I'll ultimately do is have them ignite their thrusters and head over there as quickly as possible, but for now they'll just do kind of a slow turn. I'm interested in seeing what happens to this carrier this round. If that'll be enough. I don't think it will, but we'll see. Yeah, that wasn't enough. And there are fighters over there harassing it. I think we've got domination in terms of the fighters. They don't have any more. Let's hit those boosters. Is that all your boosters do? Come on, man. There you go. And in terms of the other... Yeah, we gotta start making a hard to starboard turn with these guys.
On it, Commander.
Amargosa needs to start repairing shit, so repair fire control for sure. And honestly, just try to stay away from combat. And plenty of bed rest. Yeah, yep, that's how it went. Everybody had a ship and they told me what they wanted to do with it. This simplifies gameplay a bit. Good morning, Gizmo. How are you today? Welcome to it. Well, let's see. I guess I'm more curious about what's going to happen with the main fleet here. In fact, the fighters are starting to get the rough end of things. Maybe not. No, I mean, that's actually not very accurate fire that they're taking. Although they are taking fire from all of those ships. Or at least 3 of them. This is the wisest enemy ship of them all. He's like, man, maybe I'll just slip out. Okay. So let's cancel those thrusters, because I think we're starting to get into gun range. Let's go to condition 1. And yeah, kill thrusters for that. Condition 1. And try to make things unpleasant for that ship. As for you, try to get in a better position. Because your position sucks. Captain? There you go.
Yes, Commander.
Now to these ships. Ultimately, they're heading way out to a, what is this, a refinery? Over here. Or no, that's not one of the ones. That one's already destroyed. They gotta get to this one. Well, F. That's really inconvenient. Someone needs to relay that to the Admiralty. We are highly inconvenienced by this. We had so many other plans. And shit, honestly, this ship, just stop. Just you're done. You've done enough. Just take care of you, okay? And I think that'll do it.
Yes, Commander.
Well, this lead one's in bad shape. This one's in bad shape. And you fighters can turn your attention to the one that isn't fallen apart yet.
Squadron target is confirmed.
I think that'll do. And you boys get to that other refinery.
Yes, Commander. Yes, Commander.
Not bad. And I assume everybody's firing at that, but let's double check. I know the carrier definitely is. Alright, that should do. Oh, that's right, there's still one out here. Damn it, okay. We'll send the fighters over there, I suppose. They can, at least harass it for now.
Yes, Commander.
And the main fleet can start making a turn. All of its all the other orders should
On it, Commander.
just remain in place, I think. With the exception of the cruiser. This might be overkill. Yeah, it's going to be. So
Missile
we'll
tubes
fire
prepped.
missiles at that.
Missile tubes prepped.
And if we can, we'll do the same thing with the Trebuchet, which is actually the flagship. I don't know. What's her name? Malley? Commander Malley chose to stick with this ship instead of get aboard the big one. The Kin. Anyhow, let's see what happens.
Berserk is taking damage.
Okay, there goes that carrier. I remember that too, JPEG. We did have the occasional ship captains that would choose to ram enemy ships. Which I get, if the situation's desperate, okay, but if it's your opening move, maybe not so much. Especially when you're carrying 40 missiles. I mean, come on. Glad to hear it, Gizmo. Alright, let's see. Yeah, it's just this guy and the Tillium refinery. Which I'd love for them to be on top of already, but they're not. Maybe next round, this lead ship, the Sucker, maybe that Sucker will be able to shoot him. I suppose we can fire missiles now. But you know, if we're going to fire missiles, we ought to be firing them at the thing that fires back. Or let's split
Missile
it.
tubes prepped.
Some for you and some for you. Main fleet needs to be turning back now.
Yes, Commander.
And that's good. Ooh, let's get you out of here. He seems to almost be heading toward our wounded ship. Can't have that. It's not dumb. It's not moral. It's not nice.
Yes, Commander.
She hesitated before she said yes, Commander. She's like, this guy. I don't want to have to agree with that statement. Okay, kill your thrusters and try to open up on that if you don't mind. And maybe you too.
Firing solutions updated.
Are they? I guess we'll see. Yes. The suckers are, anyways. Eat shit, sucker. There we go. Now you're getting it. Now slow down, you don't want to overshoot it.
Firing solutions updated. On it, Commander.
Maybe we kick in thrusters with these ships. Close the gap a little more. He can actually fire some more And so can he. But I still want him to hit thrusters. Yeah. I think that'll do it. Sweet, I think they did it.
Yes, Commander.
I mean, they better have, because I'm turning them around. But that thing no longer has a health meter. That's our wounded ship. And we're pretty much on a mad dash to intercept this guy. Even if it's tacky and doesn't fit well with strategy, it appears that our flagship might try to get out ahead. There we go. We're getting somewhere with it. It's essentially over. JP says, well, fellas and ma'am, I'm losing steam in a big way. Understandable, JP. Thanks for stopping by, my friend. Sleep well. After all, that pirate needs some rest. Let's kill thrusters, turn
Yes,
a little
Commander.
bit, set condition 1, and open fire on that last ship. And we're really only going to have the flagship do that.
Just now.
Yep, and that did it. Oh yeah.
All marks are down. Mission successful. Eventually.
Don't be a critic, lady. Look at the last battle. Last battle we lost the old flag-ish ship first, and then the brand spanking new flagship, then yet another ship, and the commanding officer died. I would say Hardy, that's her name. What I call her, Mally. I would say Commander Hardy did quite well. Here's the replay. Thanks, JP. Oh, I forgot about the freighter. So that's the last one. I think it is.
They'll need more than that to take us down.
It was the Amargosa. She pulled through.
Let's go to Starboat. We'll do it. Something now.
Alright. Good deal. Well, it's 2 victories, although that first one I'm not too fond of. And I'll see what else I can run into. Let's see, I'm 2 hours in. So yeah, I got a little bit of time to do another battle. That's not going to be it. Neither is that.
We have a new.
We have a new what? Finish your sentence, lady. Well, I see we have new things on the board. That had to be what she was trying to tell me before she got cut off. Coordinated strike, that's up in Helios Beta.
I've decrypted the staging coordinates of 2 Cylon patrol fleets in this area. Kane wants to run a joint operation with local defense forces and simultaneously remove both fleets. Good for the board and good for PR.
Maybe. And hostile contacts out in Helios Delta.
Cylon forces have been interfering with travelers between the colonies. No civilians are currently present, so maximum force is encouraged.
Yeah, but do we have the fleet for it over there? Didn't we just lose a sizable fleet? I guess there are 2 others. This fleet doesn't have an officer yet, of course, since it just suffered a terrible loss. What about this fleet? Wow, that's a small fleet. What's a precious little fleet like you doing out here? You need more ships. Like, bad. There we go. Aquarian has, is that the name of that planet? Sure, let's go with that. It has a capable fleet, I think. Yes, it definitely does. Now, whose fleet is Aquaria? That's it. Colonel Privet. Okay. Let's see if I can hire any officers from either a place called Airlon or a place called Toron. No, neither. I don't want some outsider to control a planet's fleet. That's what I'm kind of getting at there. Well, I do think that Colonel Privet's fleet could easily deal with that. There's only one other thing to do out here, and that is to move the supply fleet on. They will jump to Helios Beta, to Leonis, and hand Fleet Group Leonis a supply ship. Other than that, Fleet Group Aquaria can go ahead and begin jump preparations. To Hestia to deal with that Cylon fleet. And that ought to do it.
Detected a Cylon escort fleet, sir. A fortified colony is under attack.
Really? Where is this? Okay, Geminon? I didn't even know I had a fleet there. Okay, that's where the fleet that just did that last mission is under attack. They can either jump away. How much will it cost to jump away? 370 tillium. Or they stick around and fight. I'm not going to auto-resolve it because the risk for casualties. You know what? They just fought. Go ahead and jump away. Honestly, Geminon's not their planet anyways. Not that it totally matters. So this one's hostile. Contacts, this is the one. Alright. Let's see, in terms of fighter squadrons, Viper Mark IIs, are they in a setup that is okay? I think they kind of are. Put this carrier above the flagship. Bring this carrier up here, and this one on the other side. And it looks like her corvettes are together. Where's the enemy? Oh, directly behind us. So one adjustment is I'm going to move all the ships forward. She'll enjoy some distance and maybe even try to conduct this as a long-range battle. If they'll let us, that is. But we have 4 ships that can carry fighters. So we can definitely get fighter superiority early on, I suppose, while we're at long range. I think that'll do. Yep. Actually, one thing I'll add is I'll give the flagship Raptors instead of fighters. So they're a little bigger. There's only 2 of them in the squadron, but they handle recon a lot better.
Prepared to jump in 3, 2, 1. Dratus contact. Marks are hostile.
We expected no less.
Yes, Commander.
Just go ahead and launch
Launching
all
fighters.
fighters. Otherwise, I think we're fine. Yeah.
Action station, action station. Not drill. Get every gun ready and bearing on the hostiles.
start to turn our corvettes.
Yes, sir.
Essentially, they are going to turn around. We'll turn them to port. Have our Raptor head directly toward whatever that is. Link up a couple of these squadrons into something we'll call Red Squadron. And order them to defend the little Raptor squadron. The outstanding squadron will stick around and defend the fleet from incoming ordnance, I suppose. And I do believe that's that. Might speed him up a tad.
Yes, Commander.
And go.
I hate the quiet before the first shot. There's one signal pressure loss between those pilots and full space.
Why are all three squadrons following? Let's have him leave that squadron and please go defend the flagship. Like we told you to.
Escort clearance zone is active.
Hostile unit identified.
Nice, nice. We'll order one of these to leave Red Squadron, and to strictly defend one of the main ships. Actually, maybe one of the corvettes. So he'll start heading back there, all the while still shooting at these. Now the other one, well, he's attacking torpedoes now. I kind of like that. I think afterwards he gets to choose his own adventure, but no, he should take out that heavy raider squadron. Nah, never mind. Just do what you're doing. These corvettes will real hesitantly, if that's a word,
Understood.
start to loop back. Just in the hopes that we can find, if one of those ships gets isolated from the rest, they'll pounce on it.
Missiles
A lot
incoming!
of torpedoes made it through. No problem, though. Nice. Alright, so we do have targets now. But we also have these war drivers that will screw up our guided missiles. So those need to be dealt with. Well,
Yes, sir.
so does that heavy raider. Should deal with him. We'll have the main fleet actually start turning to starboard. So we're totally dividing
Understood.
our forces, but this might work. Truth is, we want to start opening up with the guns from our main ships on that heavy raider squadron, because essentially a heavy raider squadron has Centurions on it that would board us and start shooting personnel and trying to commandeer the ship or just destroy it from the inside. And that doesn't sound fun or productive. As for our Raptor, why don't you go identify these ones too? You did such a fine job with the last ones. Pictures and everything. And finally, I think some ordnance is in order. Well, no, they've got those war drivers. Never mind. Just let time pass.
Fighter squadron is taking fire. Hostile unit identified.
Okay. So yeah, I want you guys to open up
Firing solutions updated.
On that heavy raider squadron. Oh, but that's not all. I'd like you to open up on this other squadron. Yeah, one of the war driver squadrons. That'd be great. You
Action
just open
stations.
up. Tell us a little bit about yourself. And you... just do what you just... well... yeah, also fire at him. Are they getting separated at all? Not really. And we have identified them. I wonder if this purple haze... I forget some of the effects these little nebula things do. I almost want to let the enemy pass through before I go flying in there with Corvettes and in the hopes of unleashing torpedoes that like I won't be able to unleash.
Yes,
Maybe,
sir.
I don't know. Just stay away
Understood.
from the purple haze. And here we go. Nice. Now he's getting isolated, but he went the opposite direction. He has torpedoes. We're going to find out if our ordnance works on these Corvettes in the haze. I think we gotta wait till next turn, though, to be honest, for fear of hitting my own ships. He can fire. Two of them can fire, so we'll do that.
Missiles on their way.
I think that'll do, and as for our main fleet, there's no war drivers between us and him, so we'll fire missiles at him. And get turrets on him as well. If we can. I don't think he's in range yet for turrets, but when he is, they'll do it with some extra emphasis. Some oomph. We have another squadron of heavy raiders.
Yes, sir.
And we'll see what happens.
Optimizing firing solutions.
Well, I think everything went okay. Of course, they may not be in that haze. In terms of dodging these torpedoes, yeah, that forward maneuver's not gonna do it. It's about the best he can do, and I still think he's gonna get hit, so batten down the
Action
hatches.
stations.
Which one didn't fire? It was him. So he'll do that.
On it, Commander.
And condition 1 on that ship. An offensive posture. Oh dear. Well, okay. I wonder who they're aiming at. Kind of just try to eyeball it. Looks like he's going for the flagship, would be my guess. So, we'll, yeah, get emergency teams on standby.
Action stations!
The other ships are going to risk it. They're just going to assume that they're not being targeted. But they should all be opening up on them any moment now. I think if I get this angle, I can catch both that and in the distance I can kind of see the Corvette missiles heading towards that small carrier. Shoot, something else I ought to do is, yeah,
Recalling squadron.
That squadron.
Manticore is taking damage.
It's starting to show, that is, the damage we're doing to that Nemesis class. One of these Manticores is taking real damage. Okay, yeah, he sure is. Yeah, so much so that he should turn away. Repair engineering?
Yes, sir. On it, Commander.
And
On it,
we'll get the
Commander.
other two out of there as well. We'll boost thrusters. They didn't really accomplish much. They flew in there, sent their ordnance after this carrier, right? And hurt it, but just not. It's really not the result I wanted.
Missile tubes prepped.
Main fleet
Yes,
can
Commander.
start turning toward the enemy fleet a little bit, at least a turn to starboard. But they're clearly trying to lump it, gang up on the Corvettes. Got him firing rockets. That's it's worth a try. Yeah, keep speeding away, please.
On it, Commander. Yes, Commander.
Fire guided missiles at the closest target. Then again, I don't think it's within gun range. I'll check on my fighter squadrons as well. So they are, I believe, unopposed now. So they're just going after the enemy ships. I want to give them specific targets for enemy ships. Or better yet, they can also defend our ships from incoming ordnance, which can be fired from these Nemesis class corvettes, but not from these ones back here. So they're the only ones we have to worry about with those long-range attacks. We'll have to destroy them first. In fact, there's those long-range attacks.
Nothing but the rain.
Subsystem repairs are complete.
Excellent. Yep, good deal. Start turning to starboard, get behind the main fleet.
Yes, sir.
And actually, their missiles are back online, so let's fire those. Okay, should they? Yep, they are. And I'm trying to intercept those missiles.
So say we all. Yes, sir.
Wonder who they're aiming at. Kind of looks like him. Oh, but he's got his thrusters on. That'll give the fighters more time to hit those. Yeah, I'm just gonna gamble. Keep it in a neutral posture so I can keep the thrusters going. Or boosters, I should say. Alright.
Missiles incoming!
He's still in it. There we go. The main fleet's guns can reach now.
On it, Commander.
Good deal.
On it, Commander.
See if our flagship can fire yet. Nope. Can launch Raptors again, and they will. The Raptors will, I don't know, maybe try to land on a ship and sabotage it. That could work.
Yes, sir.
Sweet. And honestly, he should be in their gun range very soon. It's really kind of working because they're chasing the Corvettes, but they're
Yes,
running.
Commander.
At some point, they're running into the broadside of the capital ships. Well, actually, turn our Corvettes around at this point. Give this lone destroyer that's chasing us how do you do? How do you do? Here's their carriers coming in. Luckily, it's a trickle. Like, this guy is way too far out of range. He's not quite in range. These two are. So at least they have each other's support going for them, but we've got a lot more of that than they do.
Yes, sir.
And rather than all turn to port, we're going to turn half of the fleet to starboard, half to port.
Yes, Commander. Yes, Commander.
And hopefully that'll be a lot of fire, maybe too much for them.
Action
Get
station's
all
ready.
these ships on condition 1. And they'll all shoot at the trailing of the two carriers. No, offensive. And I think that ought to do.
Yes, Commander. So say we all.
Switch the main ship, the flagship, to offensive posture. I almost think we just got to give more of the same. Yeah, this second one doesn't stand a chance either. Now he's in it. But I'd like to catch that remaining ship in the same pincer movement.
On it, Commander.
Even though truly, to do the most efficient breakthrough, you should be aiming all your guns at the same facing of a ship, be it their starboard side or whatever. But hey, this is gonna work, and his only remaining backup is not in a position to help him. In fact, let's send our fighters back to him.
Understood. Yes, sir.
Guess we won't be boarding any ships. This has gone downhill for them faster than I would have anticipated. Part of it's the fact that the Corvette's timing on this attack is lined up pretty well with the capital ships. So we are truly hitting this guy with everything. But we haven't done it yet. We've almost got a collision there. Let's try to avoid that.
Yes, Commander.
Actually, dive, because your rear guns could be used. The other two Corvettes will move on to the last target. And open up on it. We don't have any missiles to fire quite yet. Well, let's see. 2 remaining carriers on the board, both of them are on screen. Oh, he's in a bad way. I dare say I'm not going to change the thing. I don't think I have to. Oh, I know what I'll do. Oh! Hello, I see you. Hello there. Okay. So let's hit those thrusters and get up on him quick like.
Yes, sir. So say we all.
Yeah. How did I miss that guy?
On it, Commander. Missiles on their way. Understood.
Focus on the flagship, I suppose. There goes one of their carriers. Now it's that one that was so far off there to the rear. Now this is an example where I'll just let it go. And although then you really gotta wait for it to... Yeah, maybe I'd do something. While I wait, just a minor adjustment there. Hell yeah.
All contacts are down.
That works.
Good job, Commander.
Good job yourself. Colonel Privet, not bad. I do believe you're up for a promotion.
Action station. Not drill. Get every gun ready and bearing on the hostiles. I hate the quiet before the first shot. There's one single pressure loss between those pilots and close space. Escort clearance zone is active.
That was their last nemesis. No, it wasn't. There's one.
Nothing but the rain.
There's two, in fact. A little premature with my there goes their last revenant. Or not revenant, nemesis. I have revenants on my mind because they're the bigger gunships that were in the first battle. I was thinking to myself, what was different between the first battle and the second and the third? We employed similar tactics, but the difference was that they had to definitely, at this stage in the game, capital ships. I guess technically gunships, but heavy methods. They're just losing these things left and right at this point. And there's the one I forgot about. Or overlooked or something. And yeah, Colonel Privet gets a promotion, but she may not jump rank here. That is to say, she may still be a colonel. She gets something. And we get to hunt the officers' pool for additional candidates for Erlon and Toron. They're postponing that and that. Check out our officers. Go down to Privet. And yes, indeed, she gets a promotion. Give her more fleet points. And what is Privet now? She's still a colonel. Okay. She has more clout, essentially. Anybody else get a promotion? Yumi Barstow. What did you fight in? She's from Vergon. I don't remember a fight there. Maybe it was one of those auto-resolve. More fleet points for her. Commander Hardy gets a promotion. Nice. Commander Hardy gets another promotion. Wow. She's still a commander, though. And Ethan Watterson gets a promotion. Everybody's getting promoted up in here. And can we recruit anybody? Canceron. Is that something we need? No. Pycon, no. Canceron, no. Oh well. I believe that is where I leave it. There'll of course be some housekeeping. I'll get these fleets back where they belong. For instance, Colonial Fleet 72 is actually Fleet Group Libran. It needs to go back there and knock out that Cylon fleet. We'll do that. This Cylon fleet isn't really at a colony. Essentially, I won't do any of the story missions unless I'm streaming, and I'll usually kick off with a story mission. And then do other missions such as this. I have one more thing, I suppose, is that supply fleet and some repairs, too. Repairs are good. But the supply fleet should give a supply ship to Fleet Group Leonis. And so sweet, we did that. Can they take an extra ship like Yeah, you know they can. And so actually, let's give the supply ship's only remaining escort ship, the Aphrodite, to Aphrodite. I guess both work, right? Let's transfer that to Fleet Group Leonis as well. That just leaves 2 supply ships. I hate to have them fly around unprotected, but that's all the supply ships that are needed in this particular solar system. So they should probably... Yeah, I don't know. Head down to Helios Alpha on their own? What could go wrong? We'll find out next time. Maybe. Probably not. I'll probably be able to get them out of there when I'm doing the housekeeping in between story missions phase. Anyhow, folks, that's 3 battles in about 3 hours, so that is about all I'm going to do tonight. I appreciate everybody that took the time to swing by and say hi. JPEG, Phoenix, Gizmo, Odd Noble, Rob, of course, and Plasman, and anybody else that just watched and chose not to chat. I appreciate you as well. As you know, this was Automatic for Automatic Games. If you like this, and if you are subscribed, I'm going to jump these supply ships to your local system. They got chocolates on board, so that's going to be yummy.